Welcome back to Girl Talk. We're filming today at Cambridge Winery in Cambridge, Wisconsin, and we're going to catch up with those folks a little bit later to learn how their new business is growing, literally. But right now we are talking domestic abuse. And with us we have Ali Jaraki. She's with the Domestic Abuse Intervention Services. This is a serious topic. It affects families, communities, children, mental and physical health. The ripple effect is going on and on. Thanks for joining us today and talking to us about domestic abuse in our area. How prevalent is domestic violence in Dane County?
Unfortunately, it's extremely prevalent. We know 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men will experience domestic violence in their lifetime, which is so common. And over a third of all referrals to the Dane County District Attorney's Office are related to domestic violence, which is even more shocking when you consider that only 25% of domestic violence cases are ever even reported. Wow. So we had about 16,000 calls to our helpline last year alone.
That's really surprising statistics. I mean, it's just maybe not a topic that, unless you're going through it, you think about regularly, and trying to grasp the fact that it is so prevalent right here in our own community is just surprising to me.
Right, it's not something people talk about very often.
Sure.
So what services are available to those who may be affected by domestic violence?
DAYS has a wide variety of services because we know survivors and victims have a wide variety of experiences and needs. So we operate the only emergency shelter in all of Dane County. We also have a 24-hour helpline. We have support group services, services for children from violent homes, legal advocacy, emergency safety planning, and then we also have education and prevention services out in the community as well.
Nice.
That's a long roster of services, but it sounds like it's a needed service for folks in Madison or group of services. But focusing more on the prevention side, let's talk a little bit about that, because ideally that's what we're going to see, right, is preventing domestic abuse from occurring in the first place. So what kind of prevention services do you have?
Yeah, so our prevention services are community-based, collaborative. They're all about getting to the root causes of domestic violence. And our prevention services are called MENS. It's called Men Encouraging Nonviolent Strength. We're working with middle school and high school aged men at community centers and high schools in the Madison area right now specifically. Talking about gender roles, unhealthy masculinity, media analysis, conflict resolution, communication, all of these different pieces that are going to help them be leaders on this issue and have healthier relationships and really create some social change around these issues as they go forward in their lives.
I love that, addressing men, young men. I think I've heard it said that most batters are men, but not all men are batters.
Exactly.
And if a little boy sees this growing up in his family, he's likely to carry that on into his future as well. So you're addressing this specifically by getting men more involved, and you have a new initiative that you wanted to talk about today.
Yeah, we just launched a new initiative in June at our luncheon, which we're so excited about. It's called The Power of One. And this is specifically aimed at changing the frame of domestic violence from, people tend to think of it as a women's issue, but it's really a community issue. So you want to get everyone involved, but especially men. We heard from a lot of men that they want to get involved on this issue, but they didn't know how. So this is how to get involved. The Power of One, it's all about the power of one person, one interaction, one conversation to really make a difference in how our community thinks about and talks about and acts around domestic violence.
I think that's a really good point to make, because if you witness something or know of something happening, in domestic violence specifically, or really in any realm that you don't agree with, you tend to think that, oh, what can I do?
Right.
That you would need to be part of a greater cause or organization, and what you're saying is one person really makes a difference, and that's what this is empowering.
And that's a big part of this, is once you take the pledge for the Power of One campaign, which you can do on our website, you'll then get these monthly action emails. And in those action emails, it has steps of here's what you can do this month, share the campaign, watch this video, they're different every month. Here's how you have this conversation around this issue, here's how you can be a role model, all of these different pieces to show people how they can really take action around this in the community.
That's awesome.
What an excellent note to end on. If you would like to get involved, you can sign that pledge and get some action items as well and get involved. Thank you so much. Again, this is Ali Jaraki. She's with Domestic Abuse Intervention Services, also known as DAYS. We'll be right back right after this.